Are you ready to level up?
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Travis.
You're listening to the LevelUp Business and Life podcast,
where we talk to the top business entrepreneurs to learn their level up secrets
and get their tips and tricks to level up your business and life. Level up your business and life today.
Hey, you're listening to Level Up Business and Life podcast. I'm Travis.
This is Ethan.
And we're going to be talking about ideas.
Yeah. How do you come up with them? So a big thing that you might come up with an idea, or might talk to somebody that has an idea, or you might wonder, all right, I have a business that I want to start, but what am I going to sell? So a lot of people know the importance of ideas, but how many times have you heard of a way to come up with the ideas? So this time we want to talk about, hey, what are some strategies you can use to come up with the next $1 billion idea?
Yeah. So I was having breakfast with a client, and a lot of my friends are my clients. He says, Travis, we're right now talking about business and business to business and defense contractors, and brainstorming about what we're going to be doing next. And he's like, once you leave here, you're going and dealing with restaurants and e-commerce stores, and there's so many, so I'm constantly thinking on my toes, and trying to come up with new ideas. And it's not always easy. You hit a creative block. You hit, just like writers hit writer's blocks. I hit creative blocks from time to time, and I have developed some strategies that have really helped me. And when I say strategies, they're more like resources. They're out there. But understanding where your thought process is during those times. So for me, I just do my research. Mm-hmm. I try to better understand the topic that I'm mm-hmm. trying to wrap my head around. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times it's understanding the how people make money, mm-hmm. so that way I can help them make more of it.
Right. Now let me ask you this: what you said research? What's your favorite top 2 places you like to go to get that research? So that kind of sparkle those ideas, because it sounds like they just kind of come to you, right?
Yeah. So sometimes, I usually have a vision of what something should look like, but sometimes that vision needs refinement. So I will tap into, the first thing that people do whenever they're looking for something that they need. Where do they go to? Google. So if you're not on Google, that is...
You're irrelevant. You don't exist.
You really don't exist.
Yeah. Like I've read somewhere that, if you're on the second page, just a second, then it's something... Was it? It's like 90% of people won't see you or something.
The conversion drop-off rate mm-hmm. is just...
It's crazy.
It's insane.
And it's just the second page.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the first place I go is Google, and I'm usually in Google Images and looking for something. Mm-hmm. And, if I'm doing a logo, I'm looking for typography. And I'm looking at different color palettes. And so from online resources, I'm doing the same or similar things inside of Instagram. Mm-hmm. I'm doing similar things inside of Pinterest. So, understanding what resources are at your fingertips are going to make a world of difference.
All right, so going back to coming up with the idea, after you do your research.
Mm-hmm. After I do my research, I start picking. Yeah. What do I like about this? What don't I like about this? If I did something if I took something this way and added X spin to it, or maybe a different color or pattern or feature, understanding the detail that goes into what you're looking for in anything, in understanding your target market, understanding your market, creating a new business. If you're like, hey, I need a side hustle. Yeah. Well, there's some great side hustles out there, but
that's another good topic. We should talk about that sometime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've got side hustles for my side hustle, man.
Yeah, man.
So and even sometimes the best way to, and this is something that I've become more accustomed to, is understanding what my audience wants. Not what I want, what my audience wants. So, and this is going into the ask method that we touched base in my masterclass, is understanding the questions that you're trying to answer. That's as simple as it gets. Ask your client, or ask your audience, friends, family, what do you think of this? Get a feel for it. If they say, no, bro, that's trash, then hey bro, that's probably trash.
You should probably listen to it.
So, I've, for my, even coming up with names, names of my company, I go,
right.
What name do you like? And now the names that I get, the choices I give them, are usually based upon available URLs that I know that I can get, or at least within that time frame. And if it gets snagged, it gets snagged. That's the balance, the fine line that we walk. But that's a great place to start, is your website, your URL. And then, pick 6 of them. Ask a bunch of friends, family, people in your audience, and I call it your distribution channel. And when I say distribution, your communication channel, the people that are in your life on monthly, daily, weekly, basis, people that you hang out with, groups that you take part in. So getting their feedback is critical, and then it also creates a buzz around what you do, because then people go, oh wow, Ethan's doing some really cool shit over here. Yep. We should probably look into it.
And because they're closer to you, like family and friends and whatnot, just as an example, they'll spread that for you.
Yeah.
And the buzz will start forward. It's be like, hey, how's Travis doing? Oh, you know what? He's doing great. He's doing this.
Right.
They're gonna tell them about you.
Yeah. Think of the old ladies that they go, oh, how's your grandson doing? Yeah. And then
trying out this weird thing called a podcast.
Yeah, podcasts.
What's a podcast?
My grandma just finally got a smartphone.
Yeah.
So proud of her. She's taking to it like a fish to water, man.
I am the designated IT man in my shop because I'm the youngest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's that too. A lot of some of the kids that I've coached sports, they've called me, Trav. He's like, they think that just because I'm the youngest, I know what I'm doing on Facebook.
Well, you do.
And I was like, let me help you out, and kind of talked him through some things. All of the kids that I've really coached some great kids over the years. I've done a lot of sports, so they know that I'm willing. I'm always there to help them out. I was actually just working out earlier. Ran into I coached my brothers growing up, so I ended up coaching a lot of their friends.
Nice.
So that was always fun, and seeing them, catching up with them is great. So give my boy Brett a shout out. Ran into him at the gym earlier today. Getting his grind on. So proud of him. Keep up the good work.
Cool, man. Good job, bro. Good job.
So, I kind of jumped off course there a little bit.
But, going back to the ideas, I have to say it's very interesting hearing because it sounds like you kind of go the opposite of what I usually do.
Yeah.
So like you do, you do all your research. So you look, I call top. You do more of it. Sounds like a top-down approach in a way.
Yeah.
You look at a bunch of stuff, narrow it down to a smaller amount, so pieces from all the stuff. And you put that together into a clearer vision, get feedback, and just keep narrowing it down from there.
Yeah, because then after I got the name, then I started pumping out logos, and then I had attacked the same audience. Pick a logo. And so now people are well aware of what I'm doing. They're like, this guy's crazy. He's all over the place.
But it's good. You can spreading the word. But it's just interesting how it's much more of a marketing perspective. Mm-hmm. So, and that's not. It just means
it's outside in.
Yeah, outside in, which is fascinating. And you always think while you're making those smaller decisions, like you look at the URL first, right? And that says, okay, that means there's a reason why you're doing that. That's for the website. Mm-hmm. And the website, why you're doing the website is because it's the easiest way to get the word out fastest. Yeah. And you're doing that so that you can
to national, international
immediately.
Right.
See, for me, what I do is I look at the opposite, dude. So I look at the cause. What I always look at is what do I hate? What annoys the shit out of me? What is just something that bothers me? So one of the things that really annoy me is, have you ever been lifting? Or at the gym. So I like going to the gym. I like lifting.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I am nice. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun, so I go there and just throw the weights around a little bit. Yeah. One thing that drives me absolutely nuts is while I'm back and forth moving the weights around, I pull my headphones out because you got to be listening to music while you're working out. It just gets you in the zone. So it drives me absolutely nuts when I pull my headphones out. It really pisses me off. So how I approach things is I look at, okay, what annoys me? And then say, okay, why does it annoy me? Because I pull my damn headphones out because I catch the wires from the headphones to my iPod or my phone or whatever. And so once I figure out what I hate, then I look at, okay, what's the problem? Problem is that I catch the damn wires. Yeah. And it yanks out my hand.
So maybe, I think what you're talking about is even a step. So my thing is again, looking at it from the marketing perspective. However, there's going back to solving the problem.
Right.
What is the problem that you're solving?
Exactly, and those are the next steps. You look at the problem. Once you find the problem, what's the opportunity to fix it?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you do, man.
Right.
And so like that in that example I was talking about, they've already done it, but wireless headphones.
Yeah.
Take away the damn wire. Figure a way to do it.
Usually whenever I come into the picture, they've established a lot of that, or at least have understand it, but it can communicate to me so that way I can better understand their branding.
And in my mind, I'm thinking products because that's just how I work. But what your product is those ideas, those marketing ideas. So your method works perfectly for coming up with the ideas.
Yeah.
And it can come up with product ideas too.
Yeah.
It's just two different ways.
Yeah. Right now I'm developing my sales and personal brand training program that I'm getting ready to come out with, and I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure out what the best platform is to use it. So I'm in between the Google groups and Facebook groups. Now, Facebook had built out inside of the groups, they can be tailored for training. So I need to take another look at that. But if anybody has any feedback, shoot me an email, travis@trav.media. I'd love to hear what you think about whether or not I should do it on Google groups or Facebook groups, because I think it'll be a great training program, and I want everybody to get just rock solid information, and there's a ton of great activities.
What platform can you reach who you want to fastest?
I think Facebook groups. However, for businesses, it's hard to not everybody in sales is on Facebook. And that's fine. There's a lot of old heads out there, but this program that I'm developing, it's for everybody. It's not social media, digital marketing centric. It's basically how to develop a lasting customer base, and very naturally, how. So that's kind of what I'm helping people better understand themselves, so that way they can better deliver a product or service through selling.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this whole piece is about.
Right, I understand that, but again, going back to it is like, and I understand where you're coming from with the not everybody's on Facebook, because there's a lot of people that are on Facebook, but the problem with that is like, okay, if they're not on Facebook, will they be on Google? So which one will they most likely be on?
Well, if they're
in your mind,
so they have an email. They have a company email,
mm-hmm.
so then they would have access to Google. So that's kind of where I'm toying between the two, yeah. And a lot of companies would possibly want you to be, so this is business driven, so right. They would have access to that. Whereas if you're doing a personal development, they're more likely to be purchased inside, or the training can be more likely be developed inside of Facebook Messenger, or Facebook groups. I'm sorry.
I see where you come from. That's a tough one, man. That's a toss-up.
So yeah, what's the efficacy of developing this inside of which platform?
But that's a problem. Then you can, if you figure out how to solve it, then you have the fixed, fixed product.
So it's who is taking these classes. Mm. So I think talking it out,
that helps.
Yeah. I think I know what I want to use, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, that's kind of my my idea the processes that I go through. But it starts with solving a problem, right, like you said. But for me, I'm usually coming into the picture a little bit later in the process, and in the brand development, and then ultimately
you just let people know that you solve the problem,
right?
How you solve it,
right? You make them care.
Yeah.
That's I
turns into dollar bills.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I get into this in the training, how you interact and engage with people, right, is and not wanting anything in return,
Well, right, but I mean, like, if it's for business, then obviously you get some sort of.
But it's a mindset though, so you want to do good for others,
right.
Money secondary.
Yeah, it always is.
That's so the less you the less you care about money, the more money you'll end up having, because then you give people genuine concern.
Yeah. Right.
So
you gotta just be sincere.
Yeah.
Be good. And what's the servant's mindset?
Yeah.
Help people out. And
HBO. Help brother out.
Help a brother out. Or sister. That too.
I've got one of those too. Yeah. So love you, Scrap.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is this was a lot of fun. Do you have any tips and tricks that you have for some of how you process?
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, so I do have a set system that I use.
Problem solving, right?
Pretty much problem solving, and then after the thing about it though is once you fix the problem, then the idea is an idea until you can execute. So what I do is Peter Thiel, shout out, has there's a really good book out there. It's called And One. Anyway, so but what basically is talked about is that once you solve a problem, what you should do is come up with the first step. What's the first step that you can do to be able to come up with a business or actually make it into something? So you just always challenge yourself to say, hey, I solved this problem, now what? What is the first step that you can take? If you can answer that question, get that down, then you have a start. But until you do that, not really worth much. So what I try to do is always come up with the first step. What's the first step that you can do to actually start executing on this idea? And then from there, usually I spitball. But if you can come up with that first step, and this is what I need to do, then you can at least get started.
And you know what my first step is for a lot of clients?
What's that?
Generating ideas.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, and that is where
you got to be able to know how to solve problems and how to come up with ideas. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's a very valuable skill to have, and every entrepreneur has to have
Yeah,
it.
you have to. It's a discovery.
Yeah.
You know, it's for me. It's fun because I feel like I'm just undoing layers and better. You know, it's kind of a puzzle. I'm kind of tearing everything apart and then putting it back together nicely. You know, and making something spectacular out of it, and that's what I sell to my clients.
All right.
I sell sizzle.
All right, that's good. That's right. Sizzle's important because people pay for sizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have friends. You've got some. They can usually pick my logos out of a lineup. So I'm
good, man.
thrilled. So
yeah, but that's it. That's how we come up with problems. You got to be able to solve problems. You have to be able to get it done.
if there's a problem, I'll solve it.
Solve it, man. That people will pay for that. People will pay for that. So don't ever forget that when you want to come up with a business or you have a problem to face.
Yeah.
Use a couple of these strategies and
find out who else has that problem.
And let us know too. Shoot either of us an email.
You can shoot those emails that'll go out to both Ethan and I. It's contact@levelup.buzz.
Yeah, man. And also let us know in the comments what you think, because we'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you have your own methods for coming up with ideas, solving problems, whatever that may look like, reach out and let us know.
Yeah, love to hear from you. You know, coming up soon, we're going to be doing some Instagram stories. Ethan and I, we're just going to be talking on the fly, and possibly we're going to be bringing out. We've got some guests coming up here.
Yep.
My good friend Shaylee Edwards. She is a brain navigator, is what I like to call her, because she basically helps people rethink situations in their life, and it's just she's such a driving force in the mindfulness realm that it's just getting ready to blow up for her, and I'm so proud. So you'll be hearing from Shaylee coming up here shortly. Going to be talking to Jose.
Yeah, man, we need Jose on here.
Get Jose.
Yeah.
You guys just so much knowledge. You know that I call him my little Mexican Yoda. He's just the way
he's
he.
French, by the way.
Just kidding. No. Yeah. Yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a lot of pictures of he and I on our last trip to Cali.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah. So.
And a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
Forget about them.
You got anything coming up?
Yeah, just well, no, for right now, we'll announce next time. I'll let you know more about it. I got some things brewing though.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be in Mexico next week, so we're gonna do some remote things, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm Travis.
I'm Ethan.
And always
Level
level up.